So where did I learn my practice is I went to New York and I studied at a school called Juilliard's, which I'm sure you've heard of. And basically I studied with speech pathologists and laryngologists. And my foundation is I studied opera for 9 years with a woman that was a student of the famous Rosa Ponzel, who sang with Caruso in the 1920s. And so my teacher was from the New York Metropolitan Opera. I don't know if any of you noticed that he was pausing and he was tongue-tied. And the worst thing to do in this is to look like you're thinking about the next line. The other thing was your pitch. Your pitch mostly stayed the same. And it was sort of this very soft, sort of melodic until you came to something that you emphasized. You've got to change your pitch. I've worked with Grammy and Juno Award winners in the music industry, from Loverboy to Whitesnake, and I just finished working with the top European group called Us 5. You're speaking too rapidly, so I was missing some of the clarity. I thought your presentation was great. I just came back from Beijing, so I know what that's like. My background also is theater. I taught theater for 9 years, and I was a professional actor. I was in the production of Godspell at the Queen Elizabeth Theater. I also felt that you were using a lot of your throat, so you were gasping for air, and it was like, I liked your pauses. You did actually pause, but it was sort of like you were grasping for air, and I could see the veins and the muscles being used there. My specialty, and I'm one of the few people in the world that has developed this, is in the area of communications through the use of the vocal cords, and using a breathing method that will prevent damage to the vocal cords. You had no breath control. You were hardly breathing. I was going to come up and check your pulse, to be honest. So it was sort of like you were stiff. I was hoping that I could hear this breath. Now, breathing is what I teach is breathing through the mouth, not through the nose, because basically breathing through the nose, you get no air, and so you end up with a very tired throat. So I've combined all these things together: New Age thinking, the Qi breathing, the baby's breathing, opera training, and singing, which will give you more confidence than you can imagine. Comedy is based on timing and pacing. And so if you have a breath, the breath will give you that timing that you need, okay? I wanted to show up here to show what I can do. And it's up to your organizations. If you want, we can hold it at my place. I'm in Kerrisdale in Vancouver, but I have a 400 square foot studio that can do recording of voices and videotaping professionally.